Welcome to Beaded Doilies by Shell. In this video we are continuing our large doily, Christmas Design 05. Now we were still working on the first row, so when you begin you just want to make sure that you are starting at the correct end. We want this end with the two yellows and the red, not the all red end. So what you do is you just take your new string and slip it through that top bead, and then bring your two ends together. And there we are ready to continue. Now with this piece, both sides of this first row have been the same the whole way, so you don't need to make sure that it is laying correctly. However, if you did have a piece that was different on both sides, you'd want to check your pattern and make sure that you have it laying correctly before you continued beading. But like I said, on this one you don't need to worry about that because both sides have been precisely the same. Alright, now we are adding, there we are, we're adding two yellows. Let me open up my beads here. So we need two yellows. Followed by two reds, and we are going to cross with a red. Now we need two reds and two more reds. And we're going to cross with a green. And we need two greens. Two more greens. And we're going to cross with a green. Right, then we need a red on each string. Oop, hold on, we're going to take those off. We have come to the last circle on this row, so we're actually going to add 4 reds. In this case you could add it to either side, but I'm going to ask you to add them to your right string. So we're going to add 4 reds to the right string. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we are going to cross a red, bring that down. Now we're going to take our piece and flip it, and well, actually before we do that, let's check our piece. Going from the center, so you can find where you are, you want to make sure that your piece matches. I believe we actually started around about here, so this is the last few that we added on. And now we're going to flip it, and we're going to take this string that's coming in towards our row, and we're going to go through this green bead, which is right next to the red bead that our string is in. And now we are ready to begin our next row. So you want your string to be coming out those two beads. Alright, So for this, we want to make it easier for you. You want the string that is coming towards the end of your pattern, and on that string we are going to add 1, 2, 3 reds. So that's 1, 2, 3 reds. Then you're going to take both strings and you're going to cross with a green. Bring that down, and here is how your piece should look. Now we're going to go through our 2 side beads, and remember, I'm just going to tell you what colors we're adding, but always remember to go through your side beads before you go on to the next set of colors. Alright, so now we are ready to just continue on with our beading. So we're going to be keeping our work to the right, so we're going to add to the left string. So we need 2 reds, and we're going to cross with a red. Now we need a red and a yellow, and we're going to cross with a yellow. Then we need 2 yellows, and we're going to cross with the yellow. And here's how your piece should look up to this point. Right, we need 2 yellow. And we're going to cross with a yellow. Now we need 2 green. Oh, sorry. We need 2 red. Red. Then we're going to cross with a red. And this is how your piece should look so far. Okay, we need 2 red. And cross with the red. Then we need 2 red. And cross with the green. 2 green, and cross with the green, then 2 red, and cross with the red, now we need 2 red, and cross with the yellow, and here's your piece so far. Now we need 2 red, and cross with the green, then 2 green, and cross with the green, two red, and cross with the red, two red, and cross with a red. Then we have two red, cross with the yellow, and here's where we are. Now we need two red, oh, sorry about that. Okay, we've passed this one, that. Okay, we need one red and a green, and we're going to cross with a green. And I will show you again. So I got a little confused there. This is how your piece should look so far. Alright, Now we need a green, followed by a red, and cross with a yellow. Now we need 2 yellow, and cross with a yellow. Now we need a red and a yellow, and we will cross with a red, and here is our center. So we've gotten the halfway point of this row. So here's how this should look so far. Now we need a yellow, then a red, and we're going to cross with a yellow. Now we need 2 yellow, and cross with the yellow. Then we need a red, green, and cross with green. And we need a green, red, and cross with yellow. And we want 2 reds and cross with a red. And from our center point, here is how your piece should look for this part. Now we need 2 reds, and cross with a red. We need 2 reds and cross with a green. Now you need 2 greens and cross with a green. and cross with the yellow. And we need 2 reds. And cross with a red. Now we need 2 reds. Cross with green. And we need 2 greens. And cross with the green. Two reds. And cross with red. Two reds. And cross with red. I don't think I've shown you in a little bit, so I will come back. Let's see. Here is the center. So here is how your piece should look to this point. Now we need two reds and cross with the yellow. Now we need two yellows. And cross with the yellow. And then two yellows. And cross with the yellow. Then we need a yellow, red, and cross with the red. Then we need two reds, and a green, and we're going to tie off with these next 3 beads, so we're going to add all 3 of them together. So we need 3 reds, You're going to add all 3 reds onto your left string, let them drop, and then I'm going to tie the knot, 1 single, then a double, slip it inside that last bead added, and then like I said, if your bead is too small to tie a knot in, then you'll just want to thread back through. Even if you tie a knot, I thread back at least 2 center beads. You'll want to thread back at least 5 or 6. And once you thread back as far as you are going to go, just clip off the excess. And there we have the first 2 rows of our piece completed, and I hope to see you in the next video.